Have you noticed that we all seem to have a bit of a weird issue when it comes to giving and receiving compliments? In Parshat Noach, Hashem teaches us how to compliment, and in it we can learn a profound lesson about why we find it difficult to compliment, and also what is precious and unique about us and how that's connected. So there is a very famous Rashi which brings Breshit Rabbah that explains that when Hashem gives a compliment, he does miksat shibcha befanav, in front of somebody's face. But if it's behind their back, when they're not listening, you can give kula, all of their praises. Rashi clarifies in Eruvin that this is because we're worried about hanifa, which is flattery. The person might think that you're being insincere. Well, why would a person think this? Surely compliments should make people happy, right? One of the main explanations of this Rashi is that we're worried that it's going to go to a person's head. Also, surely if you can capture everything that they're proud about, all the good things about them, they should be even over the moon about it, especially if it's coming from their husband, their wife, their friend, a rabbi, or even Hashem himself. Why would they think they're being flattered? Something doesn't add up. The truth is, deep down, when we give compliments, we have this niggling worry that we're going to offend the person that we're complimenting. Yeah, that's true. Just look at the way we compliment. We always fill our compliments with disclaimers. We often even don't give the compliment. We sometimes even give the opposite of the compliment. We tease a person, just hinting at it to make it out like it's not a big deal. Some people just avoid giving compliments altogether. So what is it that we're worried about that we might make them feel offended? The truth is, we are worried that by giving a compliment to somebody, we're going to make them think that that is their kulah, that is the totality of who they are. They might feel like that's all we care about them. Even a compliment as grand as "you are perfect and you walk with Hashem" can be taken as a deep insult if a person thinks that's all you think about me, that's all you like about me. And surely if you manage to give them all of the compliments, every last detail of what you like about them, they're going to really think you're up to something. You're going to boil me down to a list of things? Surely I'm just more than a list of things, especially a complete list. This is probably why in Siftei Chachamim he says that Rashi, when he says miksat shibcha, a portion of someone's praises, it doesn't mean half, it means much, much less than half. So it will never imply that this is all you are. If you're still having trouble understanding this point, think about a typical exchange between a husband and wife. The husband says, "Oh, you're so beautiful." The wife says, "So you only like me for my looks?" And you get it. So this begs the question, what is the correct way to compliment someone? If somebody turns to you and says, "What is it you like about me?" what should you say? To understand this, there is a very interesting Mishnah in Pirkei Avot, which comes to teach us about the difference between a someone and a something, which we have discussed previously and we will discuss at great length in the future because it's a very profound Jewish concept. The Mishnah says, a love that is based on a thing, when the thing goes, the love goes. So you would expect that this Mishnah would then say, so find something eternal, like the Torah, and then base your love on that. But it doesn't say that. It says something much more curious. It says, a love that's not based on a thing will endure forever. Avadia Yosef, and he brings the Chidah, explains the difference. When a person loves somebody about a thing, like their beauty, when the beauty goes, the love goes. But if a person loves another like themselves, that love will last eternally, like the Mishnah says was true of David and Yonatan. It's taken us a long time. 3,335 years ago, after the Ten Commandments, the very first mitzvah that we were given by Hashem is, your slave is not a thing. You can't just treat him like property. He's a someone and you have to treat him like that. He has to sleep on the bed if you've only got one bed. You have to sleep on the floor, etc. This lesson that people are not things has taken a long time to learn, but I think we do get it nowadays quite deeply. Something about us is made in the image of Hashem. There's something infinite and precious about us that we can't even fathom. But indeed, we are endowed with this sacred preciousness from Hashem. We should take it very, very seriously and realize that it separates us from things. In fact, I can't imagine Hashem would make the world for any particular thing. What is he lacking? However, it does kind of make sense to think that for a very special someone, Bishvil Yisrael, getting a sincere, heartfelt compliment from them, I can imagine him creating the world for that. But that's a side point. It takes a lifetime of study to really get this point, to filter out the difference between someone and something. For example, a soul is a thing, because you can say, my soul. And if you say to somebody, oh, you've got a really wonderful neshama, even that could offend them if they feel like that's the only reason you like them. So, what is the correct way to compliment? Obviously, there are many answers to this. There's a lot of detail here, like the difference between complimenting a man versus complimenting a woman, a child, etc. But basically, it boils down to this. You need to convey to the person you're talking to that it's them that you are amazed by and interested in. And the things about them are only subsidiary to that. I only like this thing about you because I first like you. To me, you are amazing. So therefore, I like everything about you. Every last hair on your head. Now, obviously, over-complimenting can be an issue, and so can under-complimenting. One could say that the previous generation didn't compliment enough. When I was growing up, my father, alav hashalom, would annoy me with lack of compliments, but plenty of fussing. Did you remember to pack a coat? Did you remember to email the insurance company? Oh, your stomach's hurting. Did you go to the doctor? Yes, Dad. Yes, Dad. Yes, Dad. It took me a long time to realize that he was complimenting me. He was expressing his love for me with those statements. I kind of got it much later in life when I saw him doing the exact same thing to his sister. We nowadays compliment too much, so perhaps a nice middle ground would be good. A bit of compliments, but not too much, and plenty of fussing and love. That would be good. Also, I've got a piece of advice from Hasidus, which I learned from Rabbi Manis Friedman. When complimenting a child, for example, it's always better to praise his actions and not his person. So you don't say, you're a good boy. You say, you did a good thing. Saying you're a good boy could be like a challenge. Oh, so if I'm a bad boy, then you won't compliment me? Then you won't love me anymore? But if you say you did a good thing, it can never go wrong. It can always be taken well. When it comes to girls, complimenting their essence can work. So there's plenty to learn on this topic, but at the end of the day, let's take this lesson from Hashem. Do not make a person feel like they are a thing to you, a benefit, and that's all. And one way to easily achieve that, even inadvertently, is to over-compliment and to tell them all of their praises. So if you're going to praise, only give a little bit. And that is for a very good reason. It's in their interest. It's not just to prevent them from getting arrogant, it's to prevent them from feeling like they are nothing. And in the meantime, when we're not complimenting each other, there's plenty of Torah to learn to teach us about this wonderful difference between a someone and a something. So may I compliment you. Congratulations on listening to this whole video and learning a good lesson from the Torah. You're a great student, and Shabbat Shalom.